Hello, amazing teachers. Boy, do we have a great 3 verses for our lesson today. 2 Nephi 9:50 to 52. Let me just break down the layout of the lesson. We've got an attention-getting activity, something to set the stage. And then at the end, we've got an application of what you're learning. These are great questions that will help prime the pump in their study journals. But the middle section is really the meat of the lesson. And I want to talk a little bit about this idea of using cross-references to deepen our understanding. The idea is that the students read these 3 verses, and then using a diagram such as this, they'd put that scripture reference there, and then these could all be footnote references or other scripture references that help to um, enrich our understanding of the middle section. There are 8 circles and there are 8 footnotes within these references. There are 10 different scriptures that are referenced in those footnotes, but I would encourage your students to want to go a bit beyond just clicking and checking those footnotes that are linked in those verses. They're great footnotes, don't get me wrong, but let's use this as an opportunity to help teach our students some additional scripture study skills. For example, if you want to have a little fun, I have linked an additional scripture to the end of verse 51 related to feasting upon that which perisheth not, neither can be corrupted, and let your soul delight in fatness. So it's important for me to exercise, but it's not fun for me to exercise. I would much rather spend my time studying the scriptures, but I know it's important, so don't get me wrong. But if you're interested, let me share a little link that I put in my own scriptures. I'll click the note right here next to the scripture, and it takes us to 1 Timothy 4:8 that says, "For bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things." Now, please don't take me seriously on this. I'm just saying it was kind of fun to find that scripture and connect it to the idea of a soul delighting in fatness. Don't we all want to be spiritually fat? That's what happens when we feast upon spiritual things. But yes, of course, we should take care of our bodies and exercise. So let me turn you loose on some additional exercises outside of just clicking the footnotes. One thing you can do if you're using a mobile device is press and hold on a word you want to get a definition for. For example, in verse 51, hearken diligently. I'm going to push and hold and press on the word diligently. Do you see here? It says define. I'm going to tap that, and here we've got the New Oxford American Dictionary that says, in a way that shows care and conscientiousness in one's work or duties, and it gives a couple examples. What does that help us better understand? Care and conscientiousness when it comes to hearkening unto the Lord. Hearken diligently. Does that help to give us any insights? So remember that students can press and hold if they want to look up or maybe just get some new information about one of these words. The other resource I'm going to encourage to help your students get familiar with, it's a great scripture study tool, is the citation index. We took a look at it last week on the website, but I'm looking at the app this week. Let's go to 2 Nephi. Let's go to chapter 9. And now all the way down to the verses that we're studying here, 50, 51, and 52. And you can see that there are some for each of those verses or verse groupings. Let's take a look at 51. Here, October 2010, Julie B. Beck. And she talks about our understanding of our historical purpose helps women learn to prioritize properly so they will not spend money for that which is of no worth, nor their labor for that which cannot satisfy. talking about the value of Relief Society for women. So have them go ahead and tap on any of these conference talks and see if they don't help teach them a little bit more about the value of those verses. There are very few things involved in our personal ministry in seminary with our students that will be more valuable than teaching them how to use scripture study skills, helping them to get more out of their scriptures, not just reading the verses, but digging deep. A lesson where we're only covering 3 verses is a great opportunity to do it. You're going to have a great lesson.